At what point did you go, I want to do this?
Oh, I don't know. I was a teenager. Sometime in my teen years, I played baseball a bit, and I lost my chances of doing anything past high school baseball because I got sick. And I went to college a little bit, graduated high school, went to college for a little bit, was working, and I just said now or never. I was 18. You know, if I'm going to try this, I'm going to try it young. I'm not going to try it when I'm 20, 25, 30, and really undoing some things. So I remember going and talking to my mom. I was living on my own by now. And I remember telling my mom because she was big on college. And I'm like, I can always go back to college later if this doesn't work out. I'm only 18. And so I did. I went and began to wonder about that wisdom sometimes, but I did. I finessed it. And I didn't quit until I was 47.
A long time. I mean,
Long
that
time.
young when you're 17,
Yeah.
18 years old, that's
I had my
you
first match when I was 19.
when you're learning how to the fundamentals, the basics. I mean, it's hard to get down at first because you got to go
It
through.
is. It was for me. Like I said, I saw guys like we talked about it a minute ago, Booker or Sean. Those guys, I can remember just telling them something, and it was just flowed from them. Me, I'm that guy that when the old timers say, sometimes it takes you 4 or 5 years to learn your craft. I was a poster child for that. And about 2 years in, I could listen to you, and as long as you could work, we could do well. But if you weren't very accomplished, I stuck up a couple of billions those couple the first couple 3 years. I was learning. Yeah, and it is the psychology is the hardest part.
Mhm.
They don't even have psychology today, but in those days everything was psychology. Why you would do something, why you didn't do something, when you did it, that was the hardest part for
But you're able to put together the basics. You got
me. Yeah,
trained.
yeah.
Was there anything you took away from your trainers that you still apply to today, that pieces of advice that
Psychology,
stuck with you? Was it
the
psychology?
psychology. Why you do what you do, when you do it, timing. Uh, don't give everything right now. Save a little, especially like when I teach in the classroom. If I was to give every bit of detail that I'm discussing, whatever subject it may be today, what am I going to do next class? Whereas if I split it up, now I've got two classes and that sort of thing. Just the psychology of how you present your product, that sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people understand that, just in general. They really don't.
Do you watch the current product at all today?
I haven't even tried recently. Every few months, I used to try to watch 20, 30 minutes of it. And I've seen some tremendous athletes, but I don't see anything I know. I don't understand what they're doing.
Hmm.
I don't even see outside of the ladies. Sometimes I'll see the ladies actually working what I would consider an angle over a period of time. But the guys, I see a guy like Kenny Omega hit his opponent with his own finish 7 times before he pins the guy. And I'm like, what are they doing? I just can't get into it. I mean, it's not a knock on those guys. Those guys, some of them are tremendous athletes.
Yeah, they're really talented. It's unbelievable
But I just
how
can't. That I'll never knock. They do things I would have never even thought of. Well, that's a good idea. Let me do that. I would have never even. No, I'm not breaking my neck. No, that's not happening. And I see them do it, and it's like nothing to them. Man, but they don't do anything that draws you in. Like we were talking about a minute ago, psychology draws you in. So what am I going to follow with? It's all about today. It's all about this match. I want to see how many stars I can get on some invented rating system. I want to make sure everybody on the internet talks about me instead of selling tickets and pay-per-view buys. That's what I see happening. I have not watched a full show in years. I haven't.
when was the last one you remember watching?
I don't. Probably that Raw reunion where they brought all the old timers back in Dallas. How
Mm-hmm.
many ever years that's been? That's probably the only one of the last one I watched from beginning to end. Yeah.
Hmm.